can't get it.
But you see how much kidnappers are picking for victims.
My thing is, government will, I think, all the stakeholders get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So the support that is needed, and once again, the support your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning, viewers. It's another edition of Inside Nigeria this Thursday, October 21, 2021. It is 21-2021.
Oh, yes.
Viewers, today we'll be doing,
it's
a unique date, yes. We'll be doing our thing by ourselves today before our guests will join us for other discussion into the program. And of course, Winifred, as usual, we're starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership. On the front page of Leadership this morning, federal government budgets 2,178 naira for each citizen's healthcare in 1 year. Federal government budgets 2,178 naira for each citizen's healthcare in 1 year. 20 years after, health budget falls short of 15% Abuja declaration. Sector got 4.75% in 2019, 3.83% in 2020, and 4.81% in 2021. Experts identify corruption, lack of accountability as major pitfalls in a year. Winifred, do you spend only 2,178 naira in a whole year on your health care? Not even government money now that the budget for you. I don't know if you have ever enjoyed that, but your own money you spend in a year when you go to hospital, consultancy, and the rest. Is it just 2,178 naira?
It's much more than that.
That's your own, no?
Yeah.
Then have you been receiving the one government has been budgeting for you every year? 2,178 naira. You've been getting that too.
It's stupid. But it's not happening. Just like you see in the writer that 20 years after, actually in 2001, health ministers, they came together in Abuja here, and at the end of the day, they came out with a communique that countries should be budgeting at least 15%. That is dedicating 50% of their budget to health.
Yes, under the platform of the African Union.
Exactly. Just like you also have with education, that is 25%. But at the end of the day, 20 years after, that's what our paper is saying, that federal government has not made good its promise to budget 15% of the budget to health.
Now, if you look at the statistics that follows, in 2019, the health sector got only 4.75% out of the total budget for the year. But again, let me shock you that in that 4.75%, about 80% of that allocation to health sector went to recurrent expenditure.
Yes, it's always like that.
While less than 20% went to capital. So no investment in the health sector.
And
no wonder.
With this kind of money, homogeneous money that is not homogeneous anyway because it's small. Do you know that the tertiary health institutions are in a deplorable situation?
Exactly.
A situation whereby you have Nigeria is about 200 million.
Yes.
You cannot boast of all these MRI, all these CT scan. These are high-tech machines that are used for.
Yeah.
Even cancer, where you have radiotherapy machines, they are not there. They are not available. For instance, we did a report many years ago that the only one that was functioning was in UI and one in National Hospital.
For a country of over 200 million
exactly.
people.
So what it means is that people that have cancer, they just count the days that they will just go, and that is that. Nothing can be done. Do you know that in most of in even these ones that are available, the few ones that are available, you have to queue. But before you can get to your turn, it's that bad.
It's very, very bad. And little wonder why we were shocked when the COVID-19 came calling in 2020, because we were never prepared for that. And even the existing health infrastructure, we are not even prepared. Nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. Nothing.
Now
it's all about rhetoric everywhere. We are doing, and even the president in his opening speech at the UNGA, that is United Nations General Assembly, said that he built hospitals, tertiary health institutions across the country, and many people were wondering where is it the same Nigeria is talking about, or in another
In the
country?
2022 budget speech presented before the National Assembly, that they made a lot of investment in the health sector since after the outbreak of COVID-19. And people, like you say, we're asking questions, where are these investments? And this is the country where they told us that in the 80s, at the UCH Ibadan,
Yes,
that the Saudi Royal family members were coming
for treatment.
for treatment. But can they do that now?
No,
No.
they cannot.
In fact, our own leaders are even going to the Western countries
Exactly.
for treatment. They
And
don't
then-
have hope or confidence in our own healthcare sector.
And
Now,
but they don't make any pretense about it. They just go like that.
yeah, because nobody will ask questions, nothing happens.
They see it as a norm.
And that is very, very bad for leadership,
It is.
because there is no leadership by example
Yes,
in such
Nigeria.
area. When let's look at the last rider before we move away from the front page of leadership this morning.
Okay.
They are talking about experts identifying corruption and lack of accountability as major pitfalls. Is this true?
But it's true.
We have corruption in the sector. You are once a senior
everywhere.
health correspondent here.
Everywhere across the sector
And lack of
in the
accountability.
country.
Is that the reason why
Lack
the
of
what do you call them? The National Association of Resident Doctors went on strike for many weeks.
No, that one is just a matter of a personal. It's all about personal.
But they said they were not being paid their dues. So
okay, that's what they said. They
Uh-huh.
talked about IPs and all those stuff. But corruption has always been the bane of development in most of our sectors in the country. And accountability too. There was a time like that many years ago when they even had this radiotherapy or this high-tech equipment in our hospitals. But at the end of the day, they discovered that at exorbitant prices, but they
Yeah.
just at exorbitant prices. It's also discovered that most of our workers could not even man those machines. You understand? They just bought them and they dumped them there. I think maybe that could have also contributed to the fact that they are not working. They broke down in no time because there was nobody to. Corruption has eaten deep into every sector in the country that it will really take a whole overhaul of the system
to get it right.
To get it right.
We hope those concerned are listening to us and actually take one or two messages from the discussion. We need to move away from the front page of leadership to our sister publication, the National Economy.
National Economy says Nigeria revs up trade investment agreements with friendly nations. Nigeria revs up trade investment agreements with friendly nations as Turkey announces new $5 billion trade volume expansion.
Yeah, that is a sharing news. Just yesterday, the Turkish president Recep Tayyip Erdogan came calling,
Yes,
and he held a bilateral meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari. Also, I think before he will leave the country, he will also attend a forum of Nigerian Turkish business roundtable or chamber, something like that. But it is sharing because the president Erdogan, talking about the Turkish president, announced that the trade volume between Nigeria and Turkey will be expanded to $5 billion. And this will have a lot of ripple effects on our economy.
yeah, it will. But they're beyond the rhetorics because we have always had MOUs. We've signed several MOUs,
agreements, and the rest of them.
Kind of talks.
They are not followed up.
Exactly. If they had been followed up, I think Nigeria would have been a great nation
by
now.
Well, just yesterday, part of the agreement signed with the Turkish president involved energy, defense, and the rest of them, where we can actually leverage on this relationship with Turkey, which is very, very far ahead in most of this area, in order to enrich our own economy. Well, it also boils down to political will.
It is. Everything boils down to political will. Unfortunately, Nigeria has not been blessed with so great leaders that had the political will to do what is right and stand by truth. Because yesterday we were talking about this congestion in Lagos. Every year we keep having leaders, they are going to develop other port zones in every sector of the country that we have. Like our guest analyst listed yesterday. But up to now, after many years of independence, we still depend on just one port in Lagos State.
And that's why it is congested all the time.
Exactly. It doesn't make good economic sense. And how do you expect the private sector
or even attract
that we
foreign
are
direct
talking about.
investment. The
Exactly,
FDI.
that we keep talking about. How will it now grow? How will it develop the system? It doesn't work that way. So what Nigeria needs, that is what NSAS protest yesterday, that the US was telling them that they should speak up to political leadership. They should also aspire for leadership positions so that they can also make the changes they are protesting about.
All right, we need to go to the next paper on our menu this morning. And of course, we have the THISDAY newspaper on the front page of THISDAY this morning. NSAS, National Economic Council, directs governors to prosecute indicted persons. NSAS, National Economic Council, directs governors to prosecute indicted persons. Protesters hold car procession at Lekki toll gate, demand justice, say brutality continues. Police disrupt march to National Assembly here in Abuja. We did not stop demonstrators. Lagos insists. Okowa inaugurates Human Rights Protection Committee. And lastly, Afenifere challenges federal government to fulfill promises made to the NSAS movement campaigners.
You see, but that's what we were saying yesterday and even now, that 1 year after is now the NEC, that is National Executive Council, is directing governors to prosecute indicted persons. So what happens, but that is
1 year
that
after,
if they had not protested, if they had not gone on the street yesterday,
no sincerity,
memorial,
no
there
sincerity.
wouldn't have been this even.
Exactly.
So what has changed? Like just
Nothing has
that's what
changed.
we are asking. What
The
has
5
changed?
for 5 demands are not being, implemented.
No.
Most of the promises made are not being implemented. Only for
No.
federal government to realize that it is 1 year before these people will come out on another demonstration or rally. Let's tell them we are ready to do
We are
something.
ready to do something.
So is that what
Let's
we continue
just
till another
placate
1 year?
them so that they can go and it will be business and we'll go back to business as usual.
Well, Winifred, there is something of concern to me, though it's not reflected on this headline, but we have them on the subsequent papers that I'll be looking into this morning. It's about the police conduct.
Yes.
The conduct of the police.
That's what the
It's
first
very,
writer said. It says, say brutality continues.
Yes, that's according to the campaigners.
Yes.
But we're going to see how the police actually conducted themselves yesterday in Lagos and in Abuja.
Yes.
And that's actually what is reflected here.
Exactly.
That brutality
People
continues,
said they want
and that is very, very unfortunate.
want to protest. It's for you to ensure that you just
There is
follow
protection
them.
for them.
Exactly, protection for them. And it's not hijacked by miscreants. But at the end of the day, it's the people that say they want to come out to protest that you were hijacked and arrested. I will learn that the journalist was also arrested too during the protest. I don't know how far whether he has been arrested.
Bisola Alawode, the former staff of Leadership newspaper, who now work for Legit NG, was arrested. Yes. So, then there is this video again of policemen harassing a female journalist with the Arise News Television in Lagos. Very, very,
it's just
unbecoming of trained officers.
Look at what is being protested and look at what, and right there and then the people they are protesting against are still exhibiting that same behavior.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Something is really wrong.
No, a lot of things, not something, a lot of things are wrong. There is a need for proper reorientation of the police force. There is a need for them to be properly equipped and properly educated on how to deal with civil matters. They should watch their counterparts in advanced countries. The kind of force in advanced countries, the force they can't use on criminals, they don't use on innocent citizens.
But the truth of the matter is that how well the people they are recruiting, like President Muhammad Buhari has already, how do I put it now, that police, at least 10,000 people will be recruited into police.
For some years, 60,000 of them for the next 6 years.
Okay.
And I think they started in 2019. They said they didn't do any recruitment in 2020, but they will combine the 2021 recruitment with that of the 2022.
Though it's a cherry news, but at least that is what I talked about.
Yeah, we need more policemen, but then I think there is a need for proper orientation again.
Yes. What is the recruitment process like? Because what am I saying?
Police Service Commission.
But then why am I saying this? Many years ago, I was staying with my cousin in Abuja, and we heard and we saw. My cousin and I were watching television, and he reminded that one of the policemen, then when we were still carrying out peace mission in Liberia, that one of the policemen climbing the plane was a notorious thief in Edo State. Then he said, "Look at
how did he get recruited into the police?
How is the recruitment process like?"
I think
I've never forgotten. He said, "Look at this guy that was
transparent
enough.
We still have criminals enlisted into the police force."
Yes, that is the truth. And
Police Service
that is why
Commission
we are
need to
having
do
this
a lot of things. Exactly. People
is where
who
we're having
psych
this
and
problem.
orientation are not fit for the police force are the one finding themselves
Yes,
in the
Baba.
force. Well, Winifred, we need to go on a short break.
Yes.
When we come back, we will continue with our newspaper review segment. Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria, Thursday morning, October 21, 2021. And of course, we've been dissecting front page stories of some newspapers today, starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership, and followed by its sister publication, The National Economy. We have also looked at the front page of THISDAY earlier. Now we continue looking at the front pages with the Authority newspaper. The Authority is appearing on our screen for the first time, Winifred.
Yes,
So Authority is debuting on Inside Nigeria here at the Leadership Podcast Studio. But let's see what's on the front page of the Authority newspaper.
Yes. Legal fireworks. Ifeanyi seeks unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Legal fireworks. Ifeanyi seeks unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Well-
Motion for order to visit detained IPOB leader for hearing today.
Yes, we don't know what's happening. This paper is not showing on our screen, but we hope it will show for our viewers to see the front page. Wow, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu has just resumed today
Yes.
at the Federal High Court in Abuja. We have field reports already that the roads leading to Federal High Court have been blocked, and again, journalists are having hard time, had a difficulty trying to cover the proceedings today. But what's on the front page today is something strange. I don't know that Senator Ifeanyi is seeking unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Motion for order to visit the detained IPOB leader for hearing today. So his own matter is coming up today in the court. He has also filed a motion before the court to compel the federal government to allow him to go and see Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know his call for his unconditional release, whether it is possible or not that easy, or he should just initiate a negotiation between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government. Well, we need to move away to the next newspaper. Well, we're back to NSAS again, Winifred, on the front page of The Guardian. Well, can we have Guardian on the front page from the technical room? On the front page of The Guardian this morning, arrest, police brutality, headline, NSAS memorial in Lagos and Abuja. Arrest, police brutality, headline, NSAS memorial in Lagos and Abuja. Winifred will talk about this earlier with a lot of riders, over 20 police sustained. I can't see that very well from here.
Yes. He said over 20 police stations burnt by hoodlums yet to be refurbished.
Exactly.
Federal government claims Lekki killings force phantom massacre. US advises protesters to engage leaders politically. No justice for victims of police brutality 1 year after. AI laments. Huriwa asks NAS to set up protection board for protesters. NBA demands release of arrested protesters. Journalist. NSAS protests akin to June 12 struggle, says Arogundade. Federal government has failed to learn from history, says access to justice. That's the portfolio of
the stories on the front page of The Guardian. And as you can see that the government is not disappointing. The government has not fulfilled promises to itself by rebuilding police station destroyed by hoodlum during the ENSA protest in 2020. And at the same time, the same government has not fulfilled promises made to the ENSA's campaigners. But then, arrest and brutality. I think we have a video of a policeman trying to harass a female journalist in Lagos. Let's take a look of that video.
But one thing I can say for our youth body, while we wait for the video to play, is the resilience of our youth.
Yeah.
You know, even before the anniversary,
And
police was warning that they should not embark on strike. And they said
it is now clear that
we
police
are
or
coming
government
out.
threats cannot do anything. It is better to do the right thing than to threaten people not to come out to vent their grievances.
Honestly, no, just
to
give
the
it to
public.
our youth. No matter what happened yesterday, they came out.
One issue again, Winifred, the federal government is saying the Lekki massacre is not true.
I read a speech by
It's the massacre without evidence of bodies. And it's true, we have not been seeing dead bodies. Well, we have had people saying, see,
yes,
my persons are missing, the corpses are missing,
yes,
or my brother or sister was injured
yes,
during the attack by the military men. But then, if the October 20 Lekki massacre is not true, the federal government chose the same date
to say
it, to address a world press conference, to ask the CNN and Amnesty International to apologize to the government of Nigeria. So if that date is not symbolic, why do you use the same date?
There's something something that was somehow shocking and shocking in a way, because before the panel suspended, there was a doctor that came on to say that yes, he saw many dead bodies in the morgue. And before you know what's happening, the panel
suspended
their sitting.
So we have had people who made evidences before the panels, and we don't get to see the outcome. Yes, Lagos and Abuja, I don't get to see.
I was following up. The doctor did mention that yes, he saw many of
them. And anywhere you bury the truth, it will continue to haunt the society. So it's better let's deal with this and put it behind us once and for all. Nobody will arrest the government. What is expected for the government to do is to own up, pay compensation, and pledge that the same thing will not happen again. Honestly speaking, okay, I'm just being informed that we can watch the video of some of the things that happened in Lagos yesterday at the Lekki toll gate during the ENSA's memorial.
We are live. We are actually live. We can't just bring it out. Nothing has happened. Officer. Please, you are holding guns and you are coming to stand back from me, please. Bring it down.
Let them bring it down.
You're pushing against me. Step back from me.
Just come down.
I'll drop my hand when you step back. Step back from me. Let go of it. 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 Let go of it.
What did I do? I also have my ID card. I also have my ID card. What did I do?
And that video belongs to Arise TV, and that lady is a reporter and as well a popular morning show presenter on Saturday and Sunday, Adefemi. I don't know what kind of threat did that lady post yesterday that she can suffer or she deserves to suffer that kind of handling by policemen who we assume are well trained.
Sad, buddy.
So you can see why the ENSA's campaign will continue. Nothing has changed from the conduct of the policemen. Yes, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
There's need for reorientation of our Nigerian police force. That's just the truth. Because we have been talking. It's not as if we have not been talking. Right from President Olusegun Obasanjo's time. I know Olusegun Obasanjo was there, and even called police that almost every policeman is a thief. You forgot him.
I remember.
Yet nothing has changed up to now. But there's need for proper overhauling
of the police system.
Exactly. Crime,
because it's somebody yesterday, it can be another person today, and we don't know tomorrow.
Because of complicity, because of the complicity of things are so bad.
Exactly.
There's need for overhauling. That's just what
all of us must raise our voice in unison to actually.
But what we expected is that it's not as if they would not come out, but they will just watch, make sure that the protest does not go out of hand.
Adefemi was not even part of the protesters. She was there as a journalist to convey proceedings to the public. So what could be our offense?
They are road yesterday was
They
primarily
cannot even
just,
distinguish between a journalist doing a legitimate work
Exactly.
and a protester.
they're supposed to be just there, make sure, guide the protest, make sure that it doesn't exceed beyond the norm. Make sure that hoodlums don't hijack like what we saw the other time and burn or burn things or any other thing. What they needed to do was to just to ensure that they guide it. You understand?
Well, that was
They
why
guide
I
it
told you
right.
earlier.
Not to be clamping down on those that are protesting that are out
We
there
can't be
and
teaching
say,
the
no,
police
we
their
don't
job.
want you to come to the street. Why are you protesting? No,
Well,
you cannot take it away. These are inalienable rights.
Right, exactly. And that's why I told you earlier, when you say something is wrong, I said something is not wrong. Many things are wrong. Many things are wrong. We need to move away from the Guardian to the next newspaper on our menu this morning. And on the front page of The Nation, we have Winifred. Okay, it's your turn to pick that.
Okay, Nation today says government psychiatric drug test mandatory for security men. But it's as if we saw Nation.
Yeah, there is a flow.
Seriously, Minister leads NSAS response measures. Protest in Lagos, FCT, Ibadan, Osogbo, Benin, Jos, Akure, Enugu, Ilorin. That was yesterday.
Exactly. And I don't think maybe this is related to the
government says psychiatric drug test, mandatory for security men.
I don't know whether this is related to their conduct yesterday during the NSAS memorial. Or government just coming out to say, wait, this is what will be henceforth our policy. And it is a welcome development. We need psychiatric and drug tests for security men. And it is also should be mandatory.
And the earlier they embark on it, the better. Like I told you 2 weeks ago, the encounter I had, not me per se, the driver doing
in a car.
Yes, and because honestly the driver did not do well because he was supposed to move away from these bullion van carriers and that detachment again of policemen. But at the end of the day, they were able to stop him because I was also behind. They asked him to pull over and they were so enraged. And one actually told him that you are lucky that there's no bush here. If not, I would have wasted you. That is a policeman.
Imagine. So if there are a bush, it will kill the driver,
of course,
dump the cop and move away. And that is why
nothing happens.
That has been the norm, I can tell you.
Yes.
Most of these notices you see about missing men, missing person, some of them are actually dead, killed by security forces. And see what happened a few days ago in Kogi State. Thank God the police quickly responded by saying the people have been arrested and they will answer for their crimes.
But it's because of this awareness. Nigerians are speaking that is why you see that police are not taking action. Because before, we had cases that what the police will do is that they will quickly transfer the erring policeman out.
From that location to another place so that you don't see his face
again. So by the time
you
even come out, they will come and parade unknown faces to you. Is it this one? Is it this one? And of course, you know who shot you, you understand, or who perpetrated the injustice on you. At the end of the day,
you say you can't identify the person.
So you say, you see, these are the policemen that were on duty yesterday
in
that area.
That
was what was playing out before. But because there's more awareness now they know that they cannot run away from it any longer.
All right. We need to move away from The Nation to the next newspaper. I think we've exhausted the newspapers for the day, Winifred, and most of the stories are actually
but on our leadership
related.
You left out the upper one.
Yes, okay. The bi-weekly general interest and lifestyle magazine from the stable of leadership will be available this Sunday in our Sunday edition. The Levogue.
Let's have it. IT.
Okay, the front page of leadership again, of course. Levogue is coming back.
Levogue.
So I know you would like to see it and read as a woman of fashion.
Of course.
Me, I'm not a person or man of fashion. I just wear what I see.
But the men too love fashion.
Anybody is a fashionista in his own or our own right.
It's not longer fashion is no longer the preserve of women, men, and even kids. They love fashion. So these are all captured in Levogue. Levogue is for people with taste and for those that are aspiring to be tasteful. You just can't afford to miss a copy of Levogue.
So ask your vendor when they bring the leadership Sunday edition to you. Ask your vendor where is the complimentary copy of Levogue free of charge for you inside
Yes.
at the cost of 300 for the whole paper. I don't think there is any newspaper doing that in Nigeria as we speak.
Yes. Except THISDAY.
Winifred, it is time to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you for being with us, viewers, from the hour of 10 to this moment. Make a day with us tomorrow, Friday, for the last edition of Inside Nigeria for the week. From here, we are saying bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship, advert placements, please contact 080-3688-61